guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another Zodiac video for you. This is my third one and so far I'm getting a really good response. I'm really loving your comments so far on the other ones, so make sure you leave me some down below. Let me know your sign, whether you agree or disagree. Also, just want to say I have a little disclaimer for you guys. I am not an astrologer by any means. I just read a lot and I analyze people. So these are all just my personal experiences and what I know. I could be totally wrong, but like, this is what I'm giving you guys, and so far I feel like I'm pretty accurate, but I have some people telling me like, my sister's nothing like that, so you're definitely wrong. Anyways, so today I'm going to be doing a video on all the signs and what they look for in someone, like what attracts them. So I guess it's like their top 3 turn-ons, things that kind of like pull them in and attract them into finding the right person. So today I'm starting with the bottom, so Pisces, because they're always last, so I'm going to go from Pisces backwards. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you do. Leave me your sign and some comments down below, and subscribe, of course, for more Zodiac videos and whatever the fuck else I want to put on here. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so one of the things that a Pisces looks for in someone is someone who's completely honest and true to themselves. They don't like shady, fake people, and I know no one does, but like Pisces are extremely turned off by anybody that doesn't seem genuine. Even if they're weird, as long as they're themselves, because they hate liars, they hate people who are deceitful. And I know this is very general, like you could say that about anybody, but there's something about Pisces that like it really turns them off, like even the slightest bit of like fakeness. It also goes into the second thing that they're into, which is someone that lets them feel like themselves. Pisces people don't care what anybody thinks, so they want someone who's like on that level and doesn't like get ashamed of them, embarrassed of them, and they're just so passionate about like being themselves that they want to make sure that the person that they're with is allowing them to feel free and like who they are. Let's say you're on a date and they feel like they're like kind of like a filtered version of themselves, like they're on their best behavior, they're walking on eggshells, and there's probably not going to be a second date. Like their first date needs to be them, like first of all laughing their ass off because they love to laugh, and second of all just like feeling comfortable and being able to talk openly and think openly and just be themselves, because that's a major turn on for them. The third thing that they're into is someone who is passionate for music. They love music. All Pisces that I know are like obsessed with music. They just always have to have earphones on them, and if they don't, it like fucks up their whole day. So someone that they are with needs to be passionate about music, have a love for music, and if you play an instrument, even better. Like just marry them. So just keep that in mind if you're going for Pisces. So an Aquarius looks for someone who can give them like everything that they want. So Aquarius people are usually single because they have such high standards. So if you can give them, let's say, like that emotional support, a best friend, a lover, you know what I mean? Like you kind of have to be their everything. Like they just have a lot to offer, so they expect the same from the person that they're with. Something that ties into that is someone that they can be best friends with. So an Aquarius isn't likely to ever jump into a relationship. They're usually really good friends with the person first, and then in that friendship they find attraction. So if you can befriend an Aquarius first, do that rather than like trying to hit on them and take them on dates from when you don't even know them. Because try and get a friendship out of them first before making a move, and then once you're secure in your friendship, then start like getting into like more of like a relationship type thing. So just be friends with an Aquarius first. Just do that, I'm telling you, because otherwise there won't be a real attraction. They might try and force it and they might go on dates and they might be interested, but they really need that bond in a friendship before they can jump into anything. And once they have that, they can be like head over heels for you. An Aquarius is attracted to someone who can appreciate their weirdness. There's a difference between someone who accepts their weirdness and someone who appreciates it, because if you show that you appreciate their weirdness, they just kind of like, they really like it. It's weird. Like they just really like it and they just kind of want to like be with you. They're so freaking weird. And if you appreciate their weirdness, then that means that you appreciate them as a person and that you like them for who they are, and that really gets them. Like they really like that. So just like if you are into an Aquarius, show that you like their weirdness. And also make sure that whenever you're complimenting an Aquarius, you're complimenting them on like their personality. Like when you're first getting into it, they love hearing about their looks, don't get me wrong, but they know they're good looking. So just compliment their personality and their mind, and that will really get them, I'm telling you. So just keep that in mind. The third thing that an Aquarius finds attractive in someone is someone who they can have deep intellectual conversations with. An Aquarius has an extremely complex mind. Their minds are fucked. So they can have deep talks about anything and everything, but they can rarely find people to have these talks with, because so many people are just like either closed-minded or their minds are not like, they just don't think the same way. Even if it's about something that you love and they don't care for, they'll just really get into the conversation with you, and they're gonna really appreciate that. So if you can stimulate their mind, they'll love that shit. Like, they will love it. So a Capricorn likes someone who is very stable and grounded, someone who can put them in their place. So a big thing for Capricorn, they find people attractive that are good with their money. And I'm not saying they have to be rich, I'm just saying like they have to be good with their finances. Like, if you're in debt, they're not gonna wanna go for you at all. Like, some people are accepting of that, but Capricorns don't usually, like, they don't tolerate it. Like, they like someone who's really good with their money. I know it sounds weird, but that's just like how all the Capricorns that I've known pretty much are. If I've gotten to that conversation with them, a lot of them are like that. Another thing that they find attractive is someone that has like a really good head on their shoulders, obviously. I mean, everyone does, but Capricorn really appreciates that. Like, they really like it. That's something that will like attract them to you. So if you can show that like you have a good head on your shoulders, you know where you're going in life, you got a good job, you know, you're in school or something, like depending on your age, but then they'll really like that. They don't want to feel like they're like above you. Like, they just want to make sure that you guys are both like on the same page. A Capricorn likes someone, as I mentioned, that can put them in their place. They don't want to be able to walk all over you. They don't want you to be their little bitch. They want you to like put them in their place. If you think they're wrong, if you disagree with something, like anything like that, like tell them, because that shit turns them on. Like, they like that. Like, don't like act like a little baby and go with whatever they say, because they're gonna get really, really bored. So just make sure that you're able to put them in their place. Don't be a bully. Don't be rude for no reason just because. Like, just be yourself. And if you disagree with something, tell them and say in like a firm tone. Like, I'm not saying be intimidating. I'm just saying, like, you know, don't hold back. That's what I mean. Don't hold back, because they want that from you. Like, so the next sign is a Sagittarius, and a Sagittarius really likes someone who can make them feel like the only person in their lives or the most important person in their lives. So if you are going after a Sagittarius or you're with one, just make them feel very important and very loved, and constantly like just show them that you care about them, because like they act like they're hard, they act like they're like emotionless and heartless, but like honestly they're the biggest softies and they're super emotional. So just make them feel appreciated. For example, let's say that they said something like 5 months ago and you bring it up today. I'm not saying you have to do that, but like let's say that happens, then they may not say anything, but that will like really, really attract them to you. Like, they'll really like that. So a Scorpio. The first thing I'm going to say about a Scorpio is that they are attracted to anyone who is down to have sex anywhere, anytime. Like, they're very sexual people, so just know that. Like, that's like, I don't really need to go into that, but that's something that attracts a Scorpio for sure. Scorpio likes someone who doesn't mind being showered with love. Scorpio loves to be super affectionate, so don't make them feel like they're clingy or anything like that. Like, just like appreciate their love. It's only if they really love you though. If they don't, then they're gonna kind of act like they don't care, and like you'll just always think that they don't care. That's one thing. It's like, it goes both ways. It's like either they just don't care and they act like that, or they just like, they're so loving that you just know that they love you with all their heart. But yeah, anyways, just make sure that you don't make them feel any certain way about that. Like, just like take it. Like, just take the love, because they're gonna give it to you regardless. A Scorpio is really attracted to someone who is in any way different or mysterious, especially mysterious. If they can't figure you out, they'll make it their goal to figure you out, and that's going to be a little game that they have going on in their heads. When you're like a closed book, they really like that. They like mystery, so they're mysterious people themselves, so they go after people like that, so that really attracts them. So don't give a Scorpio too much information about yourself just yet. Like, let them figure it out for themselves. Number one thing about a Libra is that you cannot make them feel clingy, because they're super, super clingy. So don't make them feel that way. Make sure that you let them know that you are okay with like how loving or like needy they can be, because they can be so needy. Just don't make them feel like they're needy. And Libra really likes someone who checks up on them often. So if you give them little calls through the day, phone calls through the day, that text that says like, did you get home safe, like stuff like that, they're really attracted to that. I would put the little effort in every now and then to make sure that they're feeling that. So yeah, I know that they really like that. Libra's like someone who work for what they want. They don't like people who take the easy way out. They don't like lazy people. Like, they like people that actually work hard. So just make sure that you're not showing them that you're lazy or anything like that. Show them that you are a hard worker if you are. I'm not saying pretend to be someone you're not. Like, if you're a lazy bitch, and you're a lazy bitch, like, don't act like you're not. But I'm just saying, if you are a hard worker, then put the extra effort in to make sure that they notice that, because they may not say anything, but they find that attractive. They don't like people who take the easy way out. Like, they're not the kind of people that are gold diggers. They don't go after like men with money, for example. Like, they like people that work hard. So show them that. A Virgo likes someone who gives them a lot of attention. They want a lot of attention. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but just if you're with a Virgo, there's a fine line between a lot of attention and clingy, but just don't go to clingy. Actually, they might like it. I feel like a Virgo would like that. I don't know why. Like, I wouldn't, but I think they might like someone who's clingy. Don't quote me on that, because like, I don't want you guys to be like, I was clingy and then blah 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 blah, she hated it, now she dumped my ass. Like, no, like, don't listen to me. They like someone who gives them a lot of attention, so just keep that in mind. Check up on them, kind of like the Libra, and just like make them feel like super just like important and relevant, and like just like text them all the time, call them all the time, see how they're doing, ask to see them like every day. If they love you, they don't get sick of you. Virgo's like someone who's romantic, but like not the corny, cheesy kind like a Pisces. They like the smooth romantic. So just be very romantic with them, take them out on dates, make them feel really like special. A Virgo is attracted to someone who they can have like a deep conversation with, kind of like how the Aquarius is. So show that you know things, show them what you care about, show them what you're passionate about, and talk to them. Even if you don't know what they're talking about, like, ask them questions. Show them that you can have a real conversation with them, because they need that. So just make sure you do, because they're really, really deep thinkers and they're super analytical. So they're really into that. A Leo likes someone who will feed their ego. So tell them they're hot, tell them they're sexy, tell them their dress makes them look good, tell them that their pants make them look good. They like that. And I'm talking like physical appearance compliments. They like the ones about their personality too. But Leos are very like self-centered. So just feed their ego and they're all over that. Make them feel good. Like, they love that. Leo is attracted to someone who likes to spoil them, of course, but they also like people that will allow them to be spoiled. So I don't know if I worded that correctly, but like, let a Leo spoil you. Don't stop them, because they want to. And if you're gonna stop them, that shows that like you don't appreciate it. That's how they kind of take it. It's a hit to their ego. So if they want to spoil you, just let them and spoil them back. They just like that trait, so they're attracted to that. A Leo is a storyteller, so make sure that you can listen to their stories. Their stories are usually bullshit, let me tell you, but they like someone who will listen to them, not someone who will just kind of be like, yeah, oh, no way. No, like, be into them and like show them that you care, and like just compliment the shit out of them. I'm telling you, all you have to do to get a Leo is compliment them, make them feel loved and wanted, and spoil them, and you're good to go. They're really easy to please. Like, you don't even have to try that hard. A Cancer is into someone who can give them constant reassurance. Tell them you love them all the time. Tell them not to worry about that girl that's texting you in your phone. Tell them not to worry about the guy that's checking you out as you walk past them on the street. Like, tell them, because they like that. I'm telling you, if not, they're gonna have a million worries in their head and they're gonna drive themselves crazy. And just make sure that you're always reassuring them of these things and that you love them and that this, that, and the other thing, because they really like that and they really appreciate it. They're really into that. So just make sure you do that from the beginning of your relationship. Make them feel appreciated. They do a lot of things for you. They will go out of their way to do anything for you. So make sure that you show them that you really care about them and that you appreciate that, because otherwise they won't say anything. They'll continue to do it, but they're gonna feel so beat up inside, and they're gonna like, they don't let things out, so they're gonna hold everything in. So just make sure that you're always communicating with them, because they want someone who's gonna make them feel comfortable enough to communicate, which is like really hard for them. So do that, and that you have their heart. Cancers are super attracted to someone who can cook and clean, especially cook. If you can cook, you have a Cancer. Like, same with the Taurus, I'll get to that after. But if you can cook, you are good. You can remind them of their mother, then you're golden. Especially if they're a guy and you're like the girlfriend, for example, and you remind them of their mother, which is so weird, then that's really good. Talk about your mom with them and how close you guys are and how much you love her, and that like will totally get them. They won't say anything, but they really like that. So yeah, so if you can cook, clean, and remind them of their mom, then you're good to go. The fourth one, but they also like people that are really good with their money as well. I hope the lighting is okay. The sun's literally setting as I record this. Like, it's getting lower and lower, so I gotta finish this fast, but I know the lighting's weird, but just like bear with me, a couple more minutes. You guys don't give a shit. What am I saying? Like, who cares? You're not looking at me, you're just listening. You probably have like another tab open as you listen. Anyways, Gemini. Gemini likes someone who they can be really silly with, immature with, and laugh with. They really appreciate a good laugh. So if you can make a Gemini laugh on your first date, you're good. You'll probably get a second. Make them laugh and you got them. Geminis also like someone who they can make their bitch. So yeah, I don't know. If you're like a power sign and you're not like someone who can be walked all over, then I don't know how well you'll do with a Gemini. I know it sounds really bad, but I've noticed that Geminis really go for people that they can kind of walk all over. So yeah. Gemini is kind of like the Leo. They like someone who will listen to their stories as well. Like, just listen to their stories. The thing about the Gemini, though, is that they're actually usually telling the truth. So with the Leo, they're like fucking storytellers. They make things up. But Geminis are usually telling the truth. So just listen to them because they're really entertaining people. It's not hard to listen to them. They're very easy to listen to. But yeah, just make sure you do and show them that you care. Laugh with them, you know, like just laugh with them. That's like the number one thing for a Gemini. So a Taurus likes someone who is extremely consistent. So if you're like flip-floppy all over the place, if you don't know what you want in life, you don't know what you want out of the relationship, if one second you like them, the next second you don't, the next thing no. Tauruses are very solid. Tauruses are very consistent. So they like that in a person. Show them that you can stand your ground, that you know what you want in life, and that you're not like changing your mind every 2 seconds. Show them that you know what you want out of them, out of life, out of whatever. Just show them that and they're gonna be really attracted to that because they don't like people who are not sure of themselves. Taurus likes someone who can cook for them. If you can cook a good meal, you're good because Tauruses and their food, like they don't fuck with their food. Like just make sure that you can cook if you're trying to get with a Taurus because if you can't, it won't last very long. A Taurus is extremely attracted to someone who can put themselves together well. They like someone who's always like groomed, who looks good, smells good. They like someone groomed. So if you're like sloppy, they're not gonna be really attracted to you. They like someone who can put themselves together really well. Like they're really attracted to that. So yeah, make sure that you're always going out of your way to like put some perfume on your neck and here and like all that because they'll notice it. Trust me, they will. So lastly, I'm going to talk about Aries. Aries is a sign that's very in charge and can put people in their place at any second. So they kind of like someone who they can kind of walk all over. They like someone who will do things for them without like asking why. Like they just like having that person they can lean on. So just make sure that you're always there for an Aries and you're just kind of like down to do whatever they tell you to do. And if you're not down, then just go for someone else because Aries like someone who doesn't play games, and Aries is a very straightforward person. They go after what they want. They tell how it is. So if you're like really confusing them, they're not going to be attracted to that. Just like don't play games with them. Like if you want an Aries, you show them. Don't play hard to get with an Aries because it will not work. It will not work. So just make sure that you show them what you want and you show them that you want them. And Aries like someone who can show interest in their interests. So if they're into different things or if they're like trying something new out, they want you to show interest in that. And if you do, they're really attracted to like if they're recently taking up the banjo and they're learning how to play the banjo, make sure that you ask them questions like, how's the banjo going? Play me your new song, like blah blah blah. Like they really like that. Like they just like they like when you show interest in what they're doing and what they're all about. So make sure you do that and you have them because they're really attracted to someone who can show them that, because a lot of people kind of brush off like other people's interests, right? They're just kind of like, oh cool, you're learning the banjo, like nice, good luck, right? But like if you show them like, when did you start playing? How are you learning how to do it? What songs do you know? Can I hear a song? Like they're gonna be super attracted to that and they're gonna answer all your questions happily. So just do that for them. Like even if you don't care, just do it because it'll make them happy. So those are like the top 3 like turn-ons or like attractive traits to each sign. I hope you guys can relate to these. If you can, make sure you let me know. Leave me a comment regardless, even if you don't give a shit as to like what my video is about, but you just want to tell me your sign, just tell me your sign because I'm pretty curious. I like to see like who's an Aquarius and like who's whatever and who's a Leo and who's a Capricorn. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, of course, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel because more videos like this are going to be posted. I'm going to try and do like a horoscope Zodiac related post once a week. So if you guys have any suggestions as to what I should put in like that section of my channel, let me know down below. I know some people want to see like a cusp video. I was thinking of doing like the opposing sides of each sign because there's so many different sides of a sign. So yeah, let me know what you think. I would love to hear your feedback. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this one, and as always, stay cute.